Hello, everybody. Happy Turkey Day. You could call me Hunch. I just want to say, with the sand calls, we've been perfection. We've been like an Olympic diver or swimmer, okay? We're just on point. I hope you don't get too drunk today. I've got my mango dragon fruit star breezy. Let's dive on in to the chart, shall we, for sand. Okay, I just want to say, this is what came up on my Brave browser first, right? The Sandbox Alpha. Just another bullet point, right? Just another data point. Doesn't mean anything, but they're advertising, right? Which means they're a business. Here's the chart, right? I think we called this perfectly. I don't know how we could have called it perfectly anymore. I said it's going to hit resistance right here, which it did, right? And then I said, I think it's going to wedge. I mean, go watch the video, guys. Okay, I'm not lying to you. And then I said, ooh, it's going to go blast off. And it did. But let's go into the daily chart so you don't think I'm biased, right? Here's the daily chart. Now, this is where I said, here, let's reload because I got things all over it, right? We'll go to the daily chart. This is it right here. Remember, I said, oh, it's going to hit resistance, right? And then it's going to wedge down. Going to wedge down. And then it's going to pop. And it did that. Okay. So we got that. This is a little more concerning, though, because now we broke down. Right? You know, some would say that this is like a head and shoulders pattern. You know, I don't really think it's a head and shoulders pattern. I think people are just taking profits. I think it's been on a tear, right? But if you're worried, what I would say is wait for a pullback into the mid sixes, maybe accumulate some. If it could go further, right? I mean, there's no guarantees in trading. I'm not a trader, but what I did was when it popped, I sold some. I put it into my medium-term holdings, ETH, and I put some into my long-term holdings, Bitcoin, right? Which I don't touch Bitcoin, basically, for the most part. I mean, sometimes I do. And then I put some in ETH, which is like a medium-term. Hopefully it goes crazy. Everyone loses their mind and make a lot of money. But the key is to keep your wealth, right? I'm not about swing trading here. I do a swing trade every once in a while, but most of the time I want to accumulate wealth. So what I did was I took a lot out of sand, but I kept a base layer, and I'll continue to accumulate at levels or just at any price and build my wealth. And then I put some of the profits that I made into my long-term holdings, right? This is how the rich build wealth, right? They do these short-term trades, and then they put it in something that gains value over time, like real estate. That generates cash flow, or they put it in something that'll hold their value. It's their wealth, essentially, right? So be like the rich. Do like the rich. Now, I do think it's possible that we go even further down, right? That's just what the chart is telling me. I think it's possible we break down, and then we have an accumulation phase, right? And then we have accumulation phase down here, and then we pop to the upside one more time if there's a final bull run. Or if it's extended, that's even better, because then you can just accumulate your sand. You can continue to follow it, right? Remember, find the data points. You got to be looking at this stuff almost every hour of the day, at least every day, reaffirming your thesis, right? Your thesis is not bulletproof. You have to continually look at, what is it? Am I right? Am I wrong? What areas am I lacking knowledge? What are the other viewpoints on this, right? There's always two sides to any story, right? Just like in a trial, right? Both parties get to have a say, and same with a company. There's a bear side, there's a bull side, right? You've got to look at that. I'm still bullish on sand. I'm going to accumulate. I sold out a lot because I took profits. It did exactly what I said. I'm building my wealth at that base layer, and then I'm accumulating my smaller, more risky tokens, right? There's always going to be a portion of sand I keep until my thesis is proven wrong. Just because it breaks down doesn't mean my thesis is wrong. It just means that it broke down in the short term, and I was able to get out because I looked at the chart. But I still want to accumulate it long term, right? Because I still like it. I'm not like swing trading something I don't care about. Like, I care about these things that I invest in, right? And you should too, because that's how people build conviction. That's how people build wealth, okay? You can call me Hunch, not a financial advisor, even though I'm looking spiffy like one, you know what I'm saying? Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.